Hey, it's Laura at Hyperstamper. I am pretty excited about this one. It is a lovely antique book, The Search of Basil Lyndhurst from 1882. And this was by an author, Carrie. She did a whole series of books, and I have about 5 of them that I've been collecting. And I have a few doubles. So this is one of the doubles, and it has just this beautiful little print here on the front. A beautiful lady with this hat that ties under her chin, these gorgeous flowers and ribbons with leaves down each side, and even the spine is fully intact. I did a little bit of repair work there, and I left the worn bits in their original condition. I could have fixed them up, but I would have had to cover them. And I'm so in love with this cover. And I know these are very desirable. So let's have a look at the inside. Before I do, I'll just tell you about the little bangles. I made some vintage beads, mostly vintage on there. Some gold chain. And you can remove that and reuse it. Everything in here is a true, authentic, antique and vintage ephemera, except for just a few pages I added for extra journaling space. And they stand out. You can spot them a mile away because authentic is easy to spot. This is a wonderful little page from a school book from 1926, cursive handwriting, and I love that the word they were practicing here was home. Home is where, and I don't know what the next word is because I cut it off. And here is a lovely page. This is sort of an Alice in Wonderland story page. We've got the vintage doily here, and then this is from a vintage bird book, and I love it. Birds of North America from the 60s, and I love the sparrows. One of my favorite birds. I know they're very common, but I just love them. And here's another bird watcher's logbook here, and here, just put a little bit of lace there. And under this little paper clip, this is a page from this book, and it has the blank page here. And I just love the advertisements for other books. And you have to remember, to get a book in the 1800s, you had to have some from a family of some affluence. They were very expensive to publish, especially when they had these colorful covers. And so it's a real treat to find a blank page. There was only 2 blank pages in this entire book, so they're both in here. 1930s Monopoly money. I just pulled this from an antique dictionary, positive. And an antique book page from, looks like here, 1934. This is from the 1890s, Demarest's Family Magazine. And look at these images in here. Venus. Oh, just stunning. And I love that they're all these wonderful women, which sort of goes with the theme of the cover. I like that. That's another little pocket from the flip side of that. Alice there from the Merrymaker. Isn't that great? Home. I hand stamped these pages here, but everything else is original. I put this on here to remind me because sometimes I forget where these photos are. But this is one I got from a honeymoon scrapbook that a lady put together of her and her husband, and they went to Cape Cod. So this is one of the houses that they stayed at. I think that's really adorable. Antique book page here. And this, I didn't do anything with it. I just loved the colors of it, and I loved this, Caring for Our Bodies, and this beautiful little swan. And that was from a children's health book from the 30s. Another great, hard cardstock children's book page here with those beautiful oranges and greens that were very common. And here is a fantastic old page from a magazine from the 50s, a ladies' craft magazine. Look at the great colors there. Doilies, crafts, knitting. Awesome! And I made this pocket here as well from this book, a page from this book. And here as well, and I just love that there's another little advertisement up there. This is only about 50 years old here. Only, good Lord, what has come of me? But it's a handmade card, and somebody did hand tatting for the flowers, and I just thought that was really quite lovely. So I put that in there. This is from the early 1900s, a children's book page, first reader. And this is from a vintage botanicals book. Another one of those early 1900 pages. And in here I have a journaling tag that I made, a vintage stamp here, and a pocket here that you can put your own fun things in. or maybe I'll tuck something in there if you give me a suggestion at purchase on Etsy. And oh, just sweet, sweet images. I love this old postcard here, and that is from the early 1900s, $3.50. Sorry, I usually rip off the price of them. Put that back in there. 1938 French Almanac, Paris, France Almanac, double-sided, and this one is from April. Really fun because that's during the war. It's sometimes fun to throw those into Google Translate and see what the satire is. Really quite fun. 1953 Baker's receipt from Lowell, Massachusetts, and a 1950s bingo card. You can have a lot of fun with that. A lot of people upcycle those and craft them. Another 1940s, 30s or 40s, sorry, school book page with hockey and children coming home after the hockey game. A dog story book from the pre-1910 here. And this, pièce de résistance, is the theater arts cover from January 1940, Pinocchio. And it's not very often, I think this may be the only time I've seen an animated cover on the theater arts. So that's pretty cool. And more dog story pages. I have a secret garden page here. And again, I'm going to insert whatever you would like in there. If there's no suggestions at checkout, I will put things in there that I like. Sometimes I add things from your province or state. And in here I loved this print with the woman with the hat. It reminded me of the lady on the cover. Isn't that cool? I like it. Some journaling card here, a vintage sewing book instruction page, and this is the spine from this actual book. I wanted them to live together, the interior spine, and this is an antique book page with some blank spots on the back, and that was called Author's Secret. And another look at this cute little boy here in this children's book page, and I just thought it was fun here, the things for reading and drawing for the students, and I'll tuck that in there. And back here, my sister actually gave me this. It is from an encyclopedia page. Look at this, ecology. Look at the animals on here. Good Lord, isn't that awesome? We just saw one of those on our hike, actually, a pleated woodpecker. Okay, I digress. 1955 American Road Atlas page. And look at this cool vintage playing card. Have you ever seen a king like that? Not I. And here's just an old banknote from Germany from the 1920s. Little children's book page. I didn't want it to get cut off when I trimmed them down, so I just folded it over. And a 1930 Decor interior decorating book page. Wow. Isn't that amazing? We would kill to have that replicated in our homes now. There we go. And another little banknote here, an American one, and then a 1950s receipt, and a 1955 stamp collector's book page here with It's of France, that one. And that brings us to the back. And I love at the back that whoever had this book sort of used it as a little diary, French Thursday, Literature Tuesday. So anyways, that's going on Etsy momentarily. I hope you will have a chance to grab that or one of my other journals, hyperstamper.etsy.com. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.